Hello class, this is language lesson 143. On the board projected is, are the sentences that we will be working on. We need to graph the sentences. But before we begin, I want to do an oral activity with you. I will read to you a sentence and you're going to tell me if it's correct or not correct. Remember that we introduced how to use ER or EST. We use ER when we're comparing two things. We use EST when we compare more than two things, right? So first sentence, Carl is tallest than James. Is that correctly said? No, it is not, because I'm comparing two people, Carl's and James. So it will be Carl is taller than James. Next sentence. Please listen. Ella and me are in kids' choir at church. Ella and me are in kids' choir at church. Is that grammatically correct? No, it is not. It will be Ella and I are in kids' choir at church. Next sentence. Can I get a drink of water, please? Can I get a drink of water, please? Incorrect. You can. You have the ability to. But what you're asking is permission. So it's, may I get a drink of water, please? And while we're talking about getting a drink of water, when you guys ask to use the bathroom, it's not the bathroom. It's the restroom. Because we don't take baths in our restroom. Okay? So when there's not a shower or a bathtub, it's just a restroom. Next one, and the last one. The neighbors gave me some warm bread. The neighbors gave we some warm bread. And the answer is us instead of we. The neighbor gave us some warm bread. So moving on to our sentences. If you need to pause so you could write them down, do so. Graph them before I graph them. That way you know if you're understanding how to do it. So when you do the quiz and the test, which you will have tomorrow is a quiz, you know how to graph your sentences. So I'm moving to the projector. Hope you copy things down. So, sentence number 1. This is, I wrote my heading. My red line is towards my left hand. And I'm writing close to the margin. Language lesson 142. Your paper should look like mine or better. Remember, we must write correctly. We must improve our penmanship. Even if we are at home and teacher's not looking at it, you know when you're writing neatly or not. So I'm going to use a colored pencil. Here we go. It says, Ellie's dog barked noisily. So I need to divide my sentence in subject and predicate. Boom. What is my verb? Bait. What is my subject? Dog. Dog is a noun. Noisily is an adverb. Ella's dog is an adjective. It's describing possession. And noisily is how he barked. The next one. Several people ran quickly in the race. Several people ran quickly in the race. I'm dividing my sentence. This is my verb, 2 lines. This is my subject. People is also a noun. Race is a noun. The is an adjective. Several is an adjective. Quickly is an adverb. Several is describing people. Quickly is describing how he ran. The race is describing race. Next one. My little sister greeted our mom joyfully. Subject, predicate. Sister is my subject. Greeted is my verb. Sister is a noun. Mom is a noun. My is an adjective. Little is an adjective. Our is an adjective. Joyfully is an adverb. She joyfully greeted. My little sister, they describe sister. And our mom. Last sentence. Jack will finish his book soon. I divide my sentence. Will finish is my verb phrase, and I underline both. Jack is my subject and is also a noun. Book is a noun. His, adjective. Soon, adjective. Adverb, I'm sorry. When is he going to finish? Soon. Whose book? His book. Possession. Moving on to your work page. Your work page, it says, add ER to an adjective when comparing two nouns. Add EST to an adjective when comparing three or more nouns. David is older than Stephen. Two boys. I'm comparing two people. David is the oldest boy in our class. I'm comparing David to all of the boys in the classroom. That's why I'm using EST. Next one. Use the word more for a long adjective when comparing. More beautiful, more useful. Long adjective, meaning that they added a suffix to it. Use the word most before a long adjective when comparing nouns. So, more when I'm comparing adjective, most when I'm comparing nouns. Most for nouns. More for adjectives. Do not add the word more or most and ER or EST. That means that I'm not going to use both of these together. I'm going to choose to do this, or I'm going to do this. I will modify the word by using more or most, or by using ER or EST. Adjective, some adjectives change completely when used to compare. That means they're irregular. Bad, worse, worst. Worse when I'm comparing two things. Worse when I'm comparing a group of things or more than two. Good, better, best. Better, comparing two things. Best, comparing a group of things. Let me take that poster down. Sentence number 1, it says, or instructions. Read. Write the correct adjective in the blank for each comparison. Nathan's pillow is fluffy than William's pillow. So how many pillows? I'm comparing two pillows. So I'm going to use ER. And I'm changing that Y to I and adding ER. Fluffier. That soup is hot, blank, than my soup. So I'm comparing two soups. I can say that soup is hotter than my soup, right? Of all those elk, that elk has the large rack of antlers. All those elks, largest. This spelling list is easy blank than the last one. I'm comparing how many spelling lists? 2. So it will be easier. Ben's painting is the colorful blank painting of all the paintings. Today's paper is good than yesterday's paper. Good. Go back up here. What am I going to use? Is your cough bad than it was last week? So again, go back here to find which one you're going to use. And the last part of this page, write a sentence using the adjective. Remember to compare the correct number of nouns. You have smaller, kindest. Smaller, ER, I'm comparing two things. Kindest, EST, I'm comparing something with a group. That concludes your language lesson for 143. Remember, tomorrow you have an assessment for language. Have a nice day. See you later.